Middle school band directors, you guys are destroying lives and you don't even know it. I get that there are a lot of instruments that no child with talent wants to or should be playing, and you still have to fill those seats to make those charts work. But when you take the least musically apt kids in the class and arm them with a trombone, with a euphonium, with a tuba, with a French horn, with a bassoon, you are setting a terrible chain of events in motion. Have you ever spoken to an adult oboist? These are clearly people with no agency. They just float through their entire careers, moving forward with the aimless momentum of an object drifting through space and time with inertia. Playing the tuba was not a choice that they made. It was a choice that you made for them. And they just keep moving on this inevitable collision course with reality that you set in motion 20 years ago because you had to have this group of 13-year-olds play a super hip Fletcher Henderson chart for no fucking reason. At least a 15-year-old punk rocker makes his own bad decisions. He chooses to play the electric bass. He chooses to start a band. Those kids in your school, they're good kids. They're just experimenting with music. They're trying something out. But you're taking our future accountants, our tax attorneys, our pharmacists, and you're sending them to the pits, literally to the pits. After you're done with them, these same kids show up at jazz college and they're terrified. They're confused. They're being peer pressured into learning bebop on instruments that were designed to barely make half notes. They start brass bands, which are the Dungeons and Dragons hangs of the jazz world, just to have something to do with all that free time because their phones are not ringing. And when they finally graduate and realize that there's no path forward for them in the free market, they do one of three things: quit and find a real job, enlist to play in an army band, or, you guessed it, become middle school band directors and continue this vicious cycle. So next time, before you hand a bass clarinet to a kid who can't locate middle C, pause for a moment and consider the long-term implications of that decision. Maybe your big band does not need to be a big band. Maybe you should save a few lives and teach a combo. Namaste.